Okay, so Periscope.
There it is.
I don't hear anybody. Okay, good. We're good to go. Good. We're good to go. Let's get it over onto wherever it is that I put it. And we aren't going to make it, but that's okay. We started a little late, so we're going to start a little late. And it's time to go. And host. And minimize. Turn off my alarm, which means it's time to go. There we go. I'm all set. Good morning, world. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Lots of news today, so we're going to make it basically a news show. Got it? Okay, so despite its phenomenal failure, companies just can't stop copying MoviePass. So MoviePass, not one but two new clones called Infinity and Atom. Are those related? Anyway, are launching new subscription movie ticket services this year. I don't know if you are like me, but seriously considered signing up for MoviePass. It was $9.95 a month, and you got to go on unlimited time to your movie theater at certain weird controlled times with lots of conditions. My daughter bought it and used it for a while. I don't even know what her satisfaction level was, but it came out about this time of year, and it was Lent, and we're not supposed to go to too many movies at this time. We're supposed to cut back on our entertainment. So I thought, well, maybe after Lent. And it turned out there were lots of glitches and things with it. It was not a simple-to-use service. You couldn't buy your tickets ahead, so you didn't know if you were going to get to the movie you wanted. And it was, it was kind of like flying standby with movies. So it didn't work quite as smoothly as they thought. Anyway, but there's more coming. Just like the American way, capitalism at its core, if you didn't get it right the first time, someone else will copy it. Just go bankrupt and see who copies you. Anyway, plenty of companies will. So on that note, let's go on. Lots of ad campaigns came out today for some reason. Jameson has a glitter theft deterrent cap. So when you crack open the seal, glitter sparkles around the bottle and attaches to your fingers. So if you're not authorized to sample the Jameson, then you're in big trouble with me. Okay, I've got better stuff than Jameson. Okay, Bowden ran this ad saying that given Brexit, the EU would no longer allow the UK to wear French-inspired fashion. So if you had bought one of these Brenton shirts before Brexit, they were offering a removal service where they would take off the stripes, or you face a £1,000 fine. Okay? Travelodge announced a new bed share service where for 50% off, you can share the bed with a stranger. Just like Airbnb. Only this is air, not just bed and breakfast. It's bed, literally bed and breakfast. You share it. Everything in the room is marked off so that you know just exactly who's who and where your stuff gets to sit. And just share and share alike. Really low prices. I think this is going to be big. Here is a SodaStream. I'm going to pop it over to here. SodaStream.
Every time I went on a new mission, I felt like this problem had to be addressed. As I was floating in space, it suddenly hit me. The CO2 removal system on the ISS, it releases excessive CO2 into water, which reminded me of my SodaStream back home. This mechanism could also harness people's excessive CO2 levels and turn it into something awesome. As I returned to Earth, I partnered with SodaStream, the sparkling water maker brand, and together we developed the ultimate solution.
Introducing SodaStream Me, a breakthrough space technology. Just blow your excessive CO2 into your SodaStream Me and turn your extra gas into sparkling water. SodaStream Me is perfect for any occasion. After having a supersized salsa bean and cheese burrito, in the elevator with your boss, or for a successful romantic night.
Yeah, right.
SodaStream Me. Get it now for just $27.99 on SodaStream.me or at a pharmacy near you.
A lot cheaper than the
Order
real
now
soda.
and get our special snoring adapter to start making soda in your sleep.
Okay, there you go. Now, this one.
Introducing the Polite Horn from Honda Canada. A revolutionary innovation in vehicular communication. The Polite Horn allows drivers to cease causing a ruckus on the road and instead assert themselves passive-aggressively, as is appropriate.
It's available on all new models. You could use that in Minnesota, except my wife refused to drive in Minnesota if she didn't have her horn working, so we had to take it to the shop and get the horn fixed on her LS or her Lexus RX because they're passive-aggressive and they drive bad. Anyway, so I hate to say this, but those are all April Fools. Did I get you on any of them? Did I fool you? There's a lot of them out today. There's a lot of them out. A couple of years ago, there was one where they put a camera in a bullet and they showed how you could sight your rifle. And, you know, I thought right away that it would be spinning too fast and you couldn't just with software adjust for that. So I I suspected it wasn't real. And guess what? It wasn't. So we had a bunch of those April Fools, but I wanted to show you this one. Ad Age India, I told you that trick. BurgerKing is testing a Whopper featuring a meatless patty, even though the Impossible Whopper was unveiled on April 1st. It's not an April Fool's stunt. Oh, shucks. I was going to try to fool you on this one. Let's see if this works.
We conducted an experiment to evaluate how well Whopper fans know their beloved Whopper. The people you will see here are real people, and these are their real reactions.
I've probably eaten about 2 Whoppers a week for the last 20 years.
I love Whoppers. I've turned Burger King into a crime scene a time or two.
I absolutely love beef. Beef all the way.
If it's not beef, I don't want it. First bite, I would know the difference between beef and whatever else you have.
Little do they know, their Whopper patty was actually made from plants.
You're f***ing kidding me.
We're not, Grant.
Wait, plant-based? What are you talking about?
No animals, just plants.
Really?
This is a f***ing cow.
No f***ing cow.
Tastes like a Whopper.
Tastes like Whopper.
Tastes like a beef burger.
It's made of f***ing beef right here. You see that? It's beef.
We swear, it's not beef.
That's impossible. It tasted just like a Whopper should taste.
Lies!
A patty with 0 milligrams of cholesterol, 17 grams of protein, 100% Whopper, and 0% beef. We
Looks
know
good.
it's impossible to believe. The Impossible Whopper, only at Burger King in St. Louis.
I'm confused. I'm reevaluating my life.
Reevaluating my life. Okay, so now what's interesting about that, because I have a backstory on this one that you won't believe. And I'm sorry I spoiled the joke, but we had a few jokes already. So my wife had one in Minneapolis or St. Paul. She gets up there a lot. And an Impossible Burger, it's called. And I believe it was a professor at Stanford decided that he could make something that looked exactly like a burger, like a real beef burger out of non-beef. It's kind of an experiment in pushing the limits of, I mean, this is not a bean burger. This looks just like real meat. Okay, so we tried another one on the west side of Chicago. I mean, you can go on their website, impossibleburger.com, and find where they serve these. And we found one not far from our house in Wisconsin. And so we went over there, and we ordered it, and it was pretty good. I would say it was a little overdone compared to Chicago, and literally they could serve them rare if they wanted, because I mean they could serve them raw because there's no E. coli or whatever. You just don't have to cook them at all. There's no beef in it, so you're really just warming it and searing it. Anyway, so it was pretty good, but we went back there, and this is something because we go vegan for Lent, so it's very attractive to us, these alternatives, and this was something that is very close alternative. So we go back there and we order one, and we tell the waitress, we've been here before and it was a little overdone, so if you could make sure it's not overdone. We get it. It comes and it's cut in half and it's absolutely gray. It's way overcooked. It's like they not only didn't they listen to us, they don't know what they're doing. So we called them. We told the waitress we're not eating that, and the manager comes out and he says the owners require us to cook them that way. It's like, why? Why would you do that? He said, well, the problem is we get people in here who are vegan and they get all excited and they look at the menu and they order it, and we used to make it right so that it looked like a medium rare burger. And they would